What do you think of this Ohtani situation? To me, he looks like a fool one way or the other.
I ain't buying it.
I ain't buying it. Damn, thank you.
First of all, they did, whether he's innocent or not, they did change their story.
Yes.
And that is a red flag. I'm sorry. I find it very hard to believe that you give anyone, hell, even, I mean, okay, your wife or whatever, but somebody that has access to your account to that level and you're making those payments. And here's the other thing. By the way, I was thinking about this because we're never going to know the whole story. Everyone's going to lie a little bit.
They're going to dig, though.
They're going to dig, and somebody's going to turn when this guy has the feds at his door and he starts to chirp and he starts to sing for his supper. But here's what I was thinking. Everybody knows people that gamble, right? We all do.
Yep.
I've gambled before. I have friends that gamble. I have friends that have gambled too much. I've gambled too much on a random weekend. You know, for example, Ohtani's with this dude all the time. They're going to lunch. They're going to dinner. You know when this dude has too much on the line of a game. The game is on.
Thank you.
I get in a bad mood if I lose $50 on a game I don't even care about. If this dude is betting tens of thousands or whatever it is, you know this dude's a gambler. You know he's probably always got the game on. He's always checking the scores. Yep. He's always on the phone. He's always looking at the scores. He's always calling the bookie, whatever it is. There is no way Shohei Ohtani, if they're that good of friends and they're with each other nonstop, there's no way Shohei Ohtani does not know that this dude is a DGen when it comes to gambling.
If you hang out with a degenerate gambler, which I have millions of times, they are stressed out like you cannot believe. They talk out loud. Again, they're on their phone freaking out. They're doing this. They're on an emotional roller coaster. Emotional roller coaster. Not to mention the bookie, like he's loaning you money. You know what I mean? Like, how does he know exactly that you, as a translator, how much money are you making? And you're gambling a lot of money away.
That's the other part. So if what we read is he's making $300K to $500K, which is a nice amount of money, but you don't get that line of credit extended based on that. You get it extended based on you're close to a 100 millionaire type dude.
But you have to be really close. Do you think that bookie's like, well, I know Ohtani. Oh, okay, here you go. No. Let me see Ohtani. Let me talk to him. Let me see something real quick. Da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's just, it doesn't add up, Charlie. And that's MLB's superstar, face of the league. He looked like a jackass. And it could get dirtier.
You know what? And Pete Rose did have a great response. He's like, I wish I had a translator. It is so true.
So true, dude.
If Ohtani spoke English, I'm sorry, it would be a totally different story. Because when you have a translator, it's very easy to get out of these questions. All you have to do is, and go back to Sammy Sosa in front of Congress when all of a sudden he forgot how to speak English. It's just, I'm sorry, it's easier when you have a translator to duck all of this.
Yep.
It is, 100%.
So do you think you'll see Shohei Ohtani suspended this year?
They're going to say, Shohei, you can't pitch this year. Because he wasn't going to pitch anyway.
You don't think they're going to suspend him?
Oh, man.
Wow.
Could I see a little suspension?
10-gamer?
Something like that. I don't think it's going to be a big suspension. Ooh. I think they're going to have the least thorough investigation in the history of sports.
Who would you rather be right now? Shohei Ohtani's interpreter or Diddley? P. Diddley.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jontay Porter. Or the Diddler.
Oh, Jontay Porter, yeah.
Well, in a weird way, the Jontay Porter story is even...
Yeah, I know.
I want to say, well, it's certainly funnier. Now, clearly, Jontay Porter is not Shohei. But the Jontay Porter story, where we have a lot of facts. Yeah. With Shohei, there's a little more of a muddled scenario of what happened. But when I saw it twice, but then I saw another article where there's 3 games. If people don't realize how these gambling scandals are flagged, they're flagged by Vegas or a book. That's always been the case. If you go back to that famous scandal of Arizona State, which people have seen the movies and the documentaries.
I saw it.
That was flagged by the bookmakers in Vegas. When they look around, they see tons of kids in Arizona State sweatshirts in every every freaking casino betting on like a random Thursday night game versus whoever, Washington State, whoever the hell that game was.
Yeah.
When Jontay Porter, who barely plays, who would ever bet on him? Think about that. Unless you're his, Jontay, I went to Mizzou. But when that's the most profitable bet of the night, 2 different times, and apparently there were 3 nights in question, but it's just the easiest scheme to catch.
Yeah, dude.
And then, he left the games with injuries. Oh, my eye hurts. Oh, I have the flu. I got to go to the bathroom. It's hilarious. And again, whether it's him, a family member, a friend, I don't know the exact situation, but this is just so easy to catch.
Yeah. So what's going to happen with him?
Well, see, this is where how good you are matters. Shohei is so good that they want this to go away.
Dang right.
Jontay Porter, all due respect, love the kid. I remember talking to him when he was at Mizzou. Great kid, great family. Jontay Porter is a guy who you can get rid of. The NBA can just basically say, you're gone.
See ya. We'll make an example of you.
Yes. And that's what happens when you're a two-way player that makes $400K and you're not a great NBA player.
He makes $400K?
I think $415.
Wow.
Two-way contract.
Oh, wow. So okay. I remember those two-way contracts. Damn, he only makes $400K in the NBA.
Well, I think if you're on the roster, don't you make at least $1 million-ish in the NBA?
Say, I made more money than him.
Yeah,
well, he's back and forth with the G League, whatever they call it these days.
Oh, they call those two-way contracts.
Yeah, you never want that two-way contract. You get sent down, you're making that minor league coin, which is a big gap. Do we got somebody on the Marks Appliance phone line? Is it Mizzou Stan?
It's Mizzou Stan.
Stanley, what's up, baby?
Well, what's up, brother, man? How you doing?
Man, we're chilling, dude. A lot of drama, and we love it.
I do, too. Hey, he took the Porter out of my I was going to talk about him, too. That was pretty funny. But listen, this Shohei Ohtani thing. Two things here, man. First of all, the fact that if this guy did have access to his bank account, which is just completely unfathomable. I don't care how good a friend you are. I have great friends that I have known for over 50 years. And none of those people have access to my bank. Now, of course, I don't have $700 million to access, not even close. So that's the big question. Here's the other thing, and this is the thing I don't hear a lot of people talking about. I agree with you guys 100%. Major League Baseball is going to go completely out of their way to cover this up because this is their guy. This is their guy they're in bed with big time. He's the star of the stars. But here's the deal, man. If this dude lied to federal investigators, his least of his worries is Major League Baseball. That's prison time when you lie to the feds. If they're investigating this dude gambling and Ohtani has lied to them, he's screwed. Forget about baseball. Worry about the federal government coming after you because gambling and sports gambling in California is illegal. And the guy that, got the interpreter busted was already under investigation. So this is going to come out. This is going to come out, and it's going to be dirty, and it's not going to be nice. And I feel for the kid. I think gambling should be legal in all states, but, whatever, man.
Well, so if you're, as a gambling man, do you think this year we'll see something with Shohei, meaning a suspension or, even more than that?
Cam, these federal investigations seem to take, sometimes years.
Yeah,
so God knows, how long that's going to go. But it wouldn't surprise me if come fall they don't. And I'm not saying he's going to be charged or anything like that. But when the dirty laundry finally comes out, and if you guys are right, and he just straight up lied. And if he lied to the feds, he's really screwed. But hopefully he didn't do that. But anyway, hey, man, you guys know I love your show. Thanks a lot, man. Keep fighting. Good fight.
Right on, baby. Thank you, Stanley.
And remember, this now totally different scenario, but it kind of reminds me of that Deshaun Watson contract. Remember how they kind of figured out his contract where, you're going to be suspended, but we're going to pay you nothing this year so the suspension doesn't hit you. You get your money at the end. As we all know, Shohei deferred the crap out of this contract.
Is there a connection there, Charlie?
Well, I have read people, and a lot of this is speculation.
It's all good.
But hey, it's what people talk about.
Yeah.
I do think there's an interesting argument about, let's just say, hypothetically, what if Shohei did have a gambling problem? If that's the case, this is a hypothetical, I have no idea. But if he did, and you're smart, you would defer a lot of money to protect yourself. You're saving yourself, Austin Powers, from yourself by not allowing yourself to gamble all that money away.
Yep.
Again, that's a hypothetical. I don't know.
Whatever, there's a lot of connections.
But guess what? You know what? When you get into a problem like this, you don't give very much information and you change your story, people are going to speculate. And that's fine. And I speculate, you speculate, all of our listeners speculate.
Cole, if there was a little prop bet of Shohei and Diddy sharing a cell together, would you throw coin down on that?
Plus $1 million.
All right, this is a drama fest left and right.
They might be
Lord.
in 2 different prisons or 2 different areas of the prisons based off of the crimes that they're involved in.
Either way with the Ohtani thing, dude, he looks like a fool.
You know who would throw coin on that? Ohtani.
Yeah, I know. Bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Damn, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. And by the way, I'm sure, I almost don't even want to bring it up. I'm sure people are bringing up that random guy's tweets. I don't know if those have been
What do you mean?
verified.
Me?
No. Some dude basically said, on these days there were huge bets and Shohei was really bad. And to me, I have not seen that verified.
Throwing games.
That was also by a guy with 200 followers.
Yeah.
So, look, I don't want to say same with Pete Rose. I'm not even saying Shohei Ohtani bet on baseball. I have no clue. I would be very surprised if he doesn't gamble. And I'll just tell you right now, there's no way on earth he didn't know what his buddy was up to.
Ding, ding, ding.
100,000%. If you're a DGen gambler, you're looking over and your buddy is refreshing his phone on the Clemson versus Virginia Tech basketball game every 2 seconds.
It's the most annoying thing in the world
Yes.
to hang out with a degenerate gambler. It is. They annoy the hell out of you. They make you stressed out. They give you anxiety. Anxiety? Did I say that
Anxiety.
right? They do.
He's chasing the Hawaii game on Saturday
They're
night.
like, oh, God, blah, blah. Yeah, like, calm down.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, man.
But then
Crazy
here's the other
stuff.
part. Here's the other part. And again, I'm just speculating. This is just a guy talking.
It's all good, baby.
Let's say Ippy, this guy Ippe, I'm not sure how you
Whatever.
pronounce it.
Ipe.
Ipe.
I like Ippy, though.
Let's say he is a DGen gambler, which it sure sounds like either he is or Shohei is. Somebody's a DGen gambler, okay? Or somebody bets a lot. By the way, if you make $50 million, I know this is going to sound weird, but guys that make a ton of money bet a ton of money. So you and I bet $50 and $100 and $25. Well, if you make $70 million, this number, it is not as crazy as you think, honestly. I mean, look at Dana White.
But
Dana White.
He's not making that.
Okay, I'm talking about if it's Shohei. Shohei has a $700 million contract. He has crazy endorsements. All I'm saying is, like, Dana White bets hundreds of thousands, if not, millions on the line. It sounds crazy, but if you're worth $500 million or whatever the number is, it's not as crazy as you think because people bet proportionally. That's all I'm saying. But this is what I'll say. If you get in bad with a gambler and then let's say you bet college football, but now you're in deep. Now you're down $3 million, but you're attached to baseball. And you have inside information on baseball. You're in the clubhouse. A lot of times, your intentions are good. I'm sure Pete Rose started off just betting football. But then you get in deep, you start signing away autographed baseballs every day. Hey, Pete, I don't need another 1,000 autographed balls. I need money.
Yes.
But that's when you go, I'm in real deep, and I have inside info to get myself out of this.
Yep. Because I'm in the clubhouse.
And again,
I know who's got that blister.
I'm just talking.
No, I know. No, we talked about that the other day. We were talking because Cole's like, you can get. I don't mind gambling and stuff like that, but it's all connected. If you're a player, like even in the NHL, you gamble, you get over your head. Now you kind of know what's going on. The goalie has a torn bicep a little bit. The guys went out the night before.
And you're desperate.
You're desperate.
You're desperate.
This big boy that you're gambling with is like calling you. Now maybe he's threatening you a little bit. Your girl is at home by herself, and you're on the road for a week.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Gosh dang right. What happened to your... Marty, Brodeur, what happened? Oh, your bicep? Oh, I'm just asking. Hey, Marty, you want to go out tonight? You want to go out tonight, Marty? Until the wee hours in the morning? Yeah, dude. That's where the gray area comes in. That's where the shadiness comes in, man. Damn. Gambling's a big deal, dude. It is. It is a monster deal. It is an addiction beyond belief. And I'm an addict. Now, I'd rather be a gambling addict because I can feel like, well, I don't know.
It can ruin your life, too.
It ruin your life, too, man. You get over your head, like, bad things are going to happen. You know, you're not going to withdraw and shake and piss out of your ass for 5 months. But boy, oh boy, some big boys might be knocking on your door when you're out of town and your cute little girlfriend's in there.
Or you also just, again, it's all relative. I have call him a friend, 2 marriages ruined.
That's another thing.
By his gambling addiction. Because financially, it absolutely murders
Can't
you.
catch up. You cannot catch up. Wow. Wow. There's crazy stuff going on, man.
But what you said about gambling being everywhere, that's where it's now different. And look, I think at this point, I don't even care. Pete Rose, I feel bad for him. Whenever I see Pete Rose in Vegas signing autographs in front of a freaking card table, I feel bad for him. I know, listen, I know he has other issues, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not condoning that in any way, shape, or form. At this point, if Pete Rose is in the Hall of Fame, I don't care. But it's also a different climate because every sports league is 1,000% in bed with all of these sports books. They're going to be building sports books at the stadiums. They already are next door in states where it's legal. They're all getting millions, hundreds of millions. These will be billion-dollar contracts for FanDuel and DraftKings and whatever it is. All these sports leagues are in bed with gambling now, so it's different.
So that kid from Ottawa, they got 40 games for gambling. What's his name again? I forgot.
Tim Peel texted me about that.
Yeah.
What is his name?
What the hell's his name? He's supposed to be a good player. But it's like he showed a picture of him and he's got a gambling website on his helmet. He does.
Shane Pinto?
Shane Pinto. Yeah. Good Lord, man. Crazy stuff. Get him in. Audi Exchange Sex on Kirkwood, 855-282-8255. Vic on the east side chimes in and goes, come on, Bob. Self-deprecation isn't a good look on you, Bob. Wait, keep going, actually. Emphasize, cut him, Mick. Oh, let's see here. The reason it's not okay for professional athletes to gamble on other sports is because they know plenty of other athletes in other sports as well. Mm-hmm. Same agents, same schools, etc. 314, put a name in, please.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. Insider trading.
Yeah, dude. You get jammed up, you'll do anything.
I mean, look, we've all done that. Like, it's not inside information, but we're all in clubhouses back in the day. And people that report on the team, I'm not saying they're 1,000% experts. They know exactly what the trainer knows. But look, you can see a dude walking out of the stadium in a boot, or you can see a dude walking out with crutches, or you can see a dude who's walking out perfectly fine when people think he might be hurt.
Or you just kind of peek in the trainer's room when they don't close the door, see what's going on whenever they're working on somebody's hand.
Or I used to, I know you did too, and hell, you were one. I'm not saying you're one of the people I'm talking about, but I would literally be at the bars, and the players are there too. And you know that. Now, again, they're playing the next day at 7 p.m. I'm not saying it's the end of the world, but if you were to see, let's just say hypothetically, let's say you see the starting pitcher for next day, maybe it's a day game, I don't know. Again, this is all a hypothetical. Maybe you see the starting pitcher just getting hammered the night before.
Yep.
That's information for you.
He walks out with a cute blonde. You're like, yeah, he's going to be up it's going to be a long night for him. Then he's got to take a cab home. Either he's driving her all the way home like Cole had to do the other day, which was like 45 minutes both ways.
And by the way,
it's a decent drive.
Dude, last
lovely.
20 years, at least once a month,
Scenic Edwardsville.
I'll have gotten a text from a friend of mine.
Yeah.
No matter if I'm here in St. Louis or back at Michigan State. Hey, do you think so-and-so is going to play? And this is just somebody who covers the team every once in a while. Even back at Michigan State. Hey, is whoever. Is Shannon Brown hurt? Hey, is Drew Stanton going to play? Hey, is the Cardinals, blah, blah, blah. Is this guy injured? Hey, is this guy going to be this?
Javon Ringer.
Dude.
Nice tailback. But I'm saying.
I know.
I am not even a beat writer. And I used to get a text from a friend at least once a month, if not once a week or so, about a team I cover, just thinking I know more so he can put a bet down.
I know.
FanDuel's going to get flagged. They're going to be like, who's this guy in East St. Louis, Illinois, who's betting hundreds of thousands of dollars on all these Guardians games?
Yeah.
But think about this. Now, see, I won't do that. But look, you bet on the teams that you, and we can just take this to fans too, you bet on the teams you like. You bet on your team. So in Missouri, people are going to bet on Mizzou. They're going to bet on the Cardinals. They're going to bet on the Blues, whatever it is. And then you bet on the big games, Alabama football and all that.
Roll Tide.
But you bet on the teams that you know, and you do know. Look, if you're betting on SLU basketball, you do probably have a better knowledge of SLU basketball than a lot of other people in the country.
Well, if you're going to bet on Mizzou, you should bet that they're going to lose.
Mizzou basketball.
Yeah.
How are they versus the spread, though? I have no clue.
That's a good question. You know what I wish? I wish Andy Murray was a degenerate gambler. You know why? Because he would have played me all the damn time. He would have given me a C. I would have been on first unit power play.
Because he was trying to lose, you're saying?
Yeah. You know. Cam, get back out there. Cam, get back out there. Okay.
Why is Cam playing 20 minutes?
Imagine that. That would have been great, man. Man, oh, man. Yeah, I played with guys that gamble, dude.
Well,
we know a couple.
That's sniped into the NHL with a couple pretty big names in the past.
We know a couple. You know what I mean? There's a couple connections with some big dogs, you know. It is what it is. Let's see here. 314, put a name in, please. Let's see here. Odds are Mr. I don't know what the hell.
I'm just not buying it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just not buying it. And I don't think anybody else buys it either.
Patrico chimes in and goes, real question. If this is a mid-level pro player and his friend/assistant instead of Ohtani and his interpreter, is this as big of a story anywhere else? I mean, no.
It could be Jontay Porter.
Yeah.
It could be the baseball version of Jontay Porter.
But do you see that everywhere, the Jontay Porter thing? Is it blowing up like it is Ohtani?
Well, how about, you would know better, Cole, a lot of football players have these 6-game suspensions. Jameson Williams locally here, Calvin Ridley, betting on some props and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So it's happening a lot in the NFL.
Yeah, it's definitely becoming a bit of a thing. So we talked about it last week when Anthony Becht was on the show. Rocco Becht, the reason he was a starter is because the starting quarterback in front of him got kicked off the team.
That's right.
Because he was involved in that big betting scandal that somehow only rocked the state of Iowa with both teams.
Yeah,
and then or not both, a lot of teams, but with both schools in that state.
You excited about the Battlehawks, Charlie?
Oh, yeah. Is that this week?
We don't know.
Did you just interview him?
I think it's next week.
No, it starts March 28th.
Shoot. Okay, it is this week.
Isn't that like tomorrow? What's today?
The 27th? Wait, it's a Saturday.
This weekend?
I think they said March 28th it starts.
So maybe there's a game for the league tomorrow?
Not the Battlehawks.
Gosh darn it.
Now I need to know.
Am I excited about the Battlehawks? I am excited about anything that helps St. Louis.
There, Charlie, that's the answer I was looking for.
Now, will I watch? I don't really watch almost any sports anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, they do play on.
Besides NASCAR.
They play Saturday.
Battlehawks play this Saturday against Hay.
They play the Michigan Panthers, no longer coached by Jeff Fisher.
Michigan Panthers.
I think they're coached by Mike Nolan.
Okay.
In Michigan.
Yes.
Okay.
But that league, so what was the other league?
The USFL.
If I'm not mistaken, they were the Michigan Panthers. Did they ever actually set foot in Michigan? Weren't all the games played in Alabama?
That's quite possible.
I think that might be the case, where all of those games were played in the same stadium in Alabama. There might have been a COVID situation.
Didn't the XFL have a thing, though, where like everybody was practicing in the same place and then coming to St. Louis for the games?
This past year, the first year, 2020, before COVID, everybody was in their home markets, which was cool because you went to Rams Park to cover them and all that.
Jordan Te'amu.
Yep.
Jordan Te'amu. And then this past iteration of the XFL, they all were in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
At a hub.
I'm fond of that city.
Yeah.
By the way, somebody the other day was talking about the NCAA tournament bubble from the COVID year. And I think this also speaks to COVID. I had no recollection of how it went down or where it was. So it would have been 2021, correct? Where was it played? I don't even remember that.
Florida.
Indianapolis. Here's how I know.
So was the whole tournament like a whole month?
It couldn't have been the entire tournament at Indianapolis.
I think it was, though. Wasn't it at different? Didn't you have Hinkle Fieldhouse? You had different arenas around Indianapolis.
Maybe they had to have done like 4 different cities, though.
I know they're trying to sneak in some girls wherever they were.
Well, that was the NBA bubble.
Oh, okay. That's what I'm thinking of.
There was a Seahawks player who tried to. It was a Seahawks 7th round pick who got cut from the team because he was sneaking girls into training camp.
That was a football player?
Football player
In a bag, right?
Yeah, it's something.
Wasn't she dressed up as a hotel employee or
yeah,
something?
I think she was dressed up as a dude.
There you go.
I thought she was in like a big bag and he's carrying her in.
No,
Like a hockey bag.
I
can see
wouldn't
that.
doubt that somebody did that.
What, are you going to check my bag?
Think about this, dude. If you're in the bubble for a month and there's a good-looking staff member, even if she's not good-looking, after a couple weeks.
I'm about to say, then it turns into like prison. It's like, it's a woman.
Well, that's why
It's a woman.
You were talking earlier about prison, where you're saying Ohtani and
Did he?
they call him the diddler. One of those guys may enjoy prison. I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Uh,
Did you see the meme of the bicycle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The getaway bike?
Yeah.
That Antonio Brown tweeted.
Oh, was that him?
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, I saw it.
He's
from-
all over the place.
I saw it from a buddy of mine. So.
Antonio
Damn
Brown's
it,
pretty
look,
funny,
man.
dude.
I know Antonio Brown is a bad dude,
He's
but
kind of a jackass.
he's funny.
He is funny on
He's
Twitter.
very funny.
What do you call Caitlin Clark? Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson.
God. That's not funny.
There was a slow motion cutaway of her as they were throwing it to commercial where she yelled STFU to I don't know who,
She's taking a beating online.
but she was like screaming it and belting it out, and then Antonio Brown just quote tweeted it and goes freedom dash Mel Gibson.
God. I mean, man, she
So
she
mean.
lost her mind the other day, though.